Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Before William Ruto was elected the president, he was seen to be very talkative in that he was very quick to respond to issues and to his political critiques. And that was creating a perception that William Ruto was not being presidential. Upon his election as the president, in the first few days after he was sworn in, William Ruto was playing it very cool in that he was not very quick and very fast to respond to issues. That has been William Ruto. But in the last about 3 or 4 days, William Ruto seems to be going back to his former self, the talkative William Samoei Ruto. There are some remarks William Ruto made today on land, remarks that have really been generating a lot of heated political debate. In this video, I want us to have a look at those remarks, for they are going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now. If there are people claiming the land upon which another citizen has built a home, we will work with both the owners of the land and the people who have developed those plots so that we can create a mutual win-win settlement. William Ruto, 12th October 2022. That's William Ruto speaking today. In this video, I want us to dig deep into those remarks to see exactly what William Ruto means and what those remarks portends for Kenyans, especially now that land in Kenya is a very emotive issue. If you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes, those remarks coming from the president should not be taken lightly. And I'm saying that because Ruto's government can enforce a directive stipulating that anybody who develops land, then that land automatically belongs to that person, irrespective on how he or she got that land. In a layman's language, that is to mean you can buy a piece of land and then maybe you don't have money to develop that land. A tycoon or a rich person somewhere can grab that land and develop that land. Upon the tycoon developing that land, the real landowner loses the right to that land. In that, what can be done to the real owner of the land is maybe to be paid off. That's what I'm making of William Ruto's win-win kind of a situation. You buy land, you lack money to develop the land, or maybe in the process of you looking for money to develop that land, somebody from nowhere grabs that piece of land, develops it, and then pays you off. And you know, when you are paid off, you can just be given maybe just a percentage of the real value of that land. That's what I'm making of those remarks by William Samoei Ruto. So it technically means that land grabbers are going to have a field day. Most likely land grabbing in Kenya will increase. Those with money will just be looking for empty land somewhere and then they just start developing those lands. And the wisdom behind what William Ruto was saying, I'm seeing a William Ruto was just trying to say also, but indirectly, that development in those lands should not be destroyed. That's the wisdom behind those remarks by William Ruto. William Ruto just is trying to say, or rather means, that upon developments on a land, the development should not be destroyed. So if land is yours, you fail to develop the land, or maybe you are in the process of looking for money to develop the land. A tycoon, even without your knowledge or your permission, will grab that land, develop that land, and then if you claim your land back, the tycoon will tell you that maybe that he has developed the land, now we can't bring down the structures or the flats. So the tycoon might offer to pay you a percentage on the value of your land. And in my honest opinion, that's something that will just end up encouraging land grabbing in William Ruto's government. And then secondly, those remarks by William Ruto have got the potential to encourage anarchy, in that those people with money now will be taking advantage of the poor. Somebody will just be grabbing your property, and because he or she has money, you will take that person nowhere. So it can lead to anarchy, and that anarchy will just breed a lot of conflicts and animosity amongst Kenyans. And personally, from where I see it, those remarks by William Ruto are very unfortunate remarks coming from the president. Those are very unfortunate remarks. Those remarks encourages anarchy, impunity, and lawlessness. Yes. You cannot take somebody's land without the person's permission, simply because you have money. Those are very unfortunate remarks coming from the president. And I believe again, ladies and gentlemen, that William Ruto as the president now should not be talking a lot, more than necessary. William Ruto should now play it a little bit cool. He is now the president, and his words carry a lot of weight. Those remarks alone can make some government officials start maybe, or rather even parliament, putting in place some directives just to support, or rather to make sure Ruto's remarks are actually actualized. So Ruto should not be speaking too much. He is now the president. And looking at William Ruto, when I saw those remarks and heard William Ruto speak, something rang the bell, or rather I saw that Kenya is most likely heading towards West African countries. In West African countries, we have seen in most occasions when the incumbent president is retiring or leaving or has been forced out of office, they always tend to run away. And they always run away because they know that if they stay in the country, then most likely they will be arrested and arraigned in court for misrule. That's exactly what William Ruto is trying to drive Kenya. Ruto is driving Kenya toward that direction, in that a ruling government will do a lot of ill things, a lot of bad things. Now let's take for example, William Ruto's government puts a directive that says that somebody can grab your land and then develops that land, and then because the land has been developed, that development cannot be destroyed. And then maybe after 5 years, another regime comes that reverses that. You can see the kind of turmoil, confusion, and anarchy the country will most likely be in. Those are very unfortunate remarks which should not be encouraged. And in my honest opinion, those remarks should be condemned. Before I conclude, I also listened to William Ruto yesterday, and he was also urging border riders to start to start investing in stock exchange. But the same William Ruto some few months back was giving these people wheelbarrow, and he was telling them kazi ni kazi. So in a nutshell again, or rather from another angle, William Ruto is also not very consistent on his belief and on what he tells the masses or other people. Giving a wheelbarrow to hustlers, and then in less than 2 months you want them to invest in stock exchange, instead of encouraging them to move from this wheelbarrow to a motorcycle, from a motorcycle to maybe a car or a vehicle, you just tell them to move directly to the stock exchange. I believe William Ruto should be consistent and practical with the things he utters and what he says. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. But just as I did indicate when we were starting, if you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humble, very grateful for the kind of support you're giving me here. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Any other person who wants to have a chat or discussion with me, or even to support this channel, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number, or feel free to channel a contribution or support to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Those remarks by William Samoei Ruto can only lead to increased land grabbing in Kenya, can lead to anarchy, and can lead to lawlessness. Thank you. God bless you.